What's up, ladies and gents? xcalizorz here, bringing you some from the desk of xcal. So, this, I've been putting this off for a little bit because, apparently, week by week, the experience is vastly different. Now, what am I talking about, you ask? Well, of course we are talking about the internet's greatest dumpster fire that everyone loves piling upon. Good old Battlefield 2042. It came out, well, I wouldn't say, how long has this game been out? What is it, what is this, the third week now? It came out officially, like, what, 2 weeks ago, and I, of course, pre-order scumbag, got to play it a week early. And, it has definitely been an experience, which, apparently is atypical of AAA releases these days. So if I had made this video the day, or minutes after the first stream I did of the, well, I guess the pre-order fucking beta testers or whatever you want to call it, whatever, 3 weeks ago, you know, you get week early access. If I had made a video the minute after that stream, it probably would have been the angriest post-commentary that I have ever recorded. It was absolutely atrocious. Day one was the shits. Anyone who tells you that day one was fun is a fucking psycho, straight up. I mean, that's it. There, if you care to dig, maybe I'll put some links in the description here. But some of the just it was a total lack of hit detection or netcode or the spread, the bullet deviation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I can't believe that paid professionals let it by. It was absurd. And I mean, it wasn't lagging, server wasn't lagging. I mean, it was just across the board. No one could hit fucking shit. Bullets were shooting 60 degrees to the right or left at any given time at a complete standstill. It was nuts. I was so fucking straight up just fucking miserable after, you know, playing the beta. While it did certainly have its issues, we talked about that what, a month ago. I mean, it left me hopeful. I mean, there's something here, right? I mean, it had a lot of issues, but I had fun. That's pretty much the TLDR of what I thought of the beta. And the release was just like I had gotten fucking shoved off a cliff. Like, it was that bad. But I mean, little by little, they do seem to be fixing it. I was gonna say last week, I'm starting to get pretty fed up with the state of the game. Because, I mean, the bugs, the lack of quote-unquote legacy features, we'll get into that. And just the performance and the hit detection, it's getting a little better, but, I mean, my patience is wearing thin here. And fast forward to last night, I think we'll actually have some gameplay accompanying. Talking is fucking hard, believe it or not. Accompanying today's video, and I wish I was able to record my stream yesterday. I've been having some hardware issues. My hard drive is on its last legs. It served me well. I've treated it like shit. Actually, no, I haven't. I've just worked it hard. I mean, I think this hard drive's gone through like 3 or 4 of my PC builds, and it's about time. And I haven't been able to pick up a new one yet. But last night, I actually had a ton of fun. It was incredible. It's so update 3, I believe it is, and for reference's sake, 12 to December the 2nd, the update that came out yesterday. As of today, blah blah blah. I thought the game was running better. The hit detection was feeling pretty good. And it's just, I mean, it was just the plays were being made. People were getting mowed down. I mean, we're dropping feeds upon feeds upon feeds. It was fucking glorious. Absolutely glorious. And so, I don't know. I wonder what sort of game experience we'll have next week, but I don't know. I mean, just to get it out of the way. I mean, if you're on the fence about picking it up, I mean, even though I will freely admit I had a lot of fun last night. I mean, at the same time, yesterday's update came with a nice little bonus feature for PC players, in which if you downloaded the update, just booted it up all willy-nilly, you would and you went into the game, you would find that you can't look left and right. The horizontal sensitivities were gone. You could only look up, you could only look down. And I can only imagine, you know, with that fucking debacle, like, I bet 5,000 fucking PC players fucking uninstalled the game and will never come back after something like that. Now, granted, you could fix it. I went with the Scorched Earth way. Had to delete my INI file and had to redo all my settings. Go through the fucking tutorial again, or at least the tutorial intro and all that crap. And I had to redo every single one of my settings, and I'm sure I'll have to fiddle around with it some more today. But if you don't have to go Scorched Earth. You can just go in it, and there's like 20 lines of code that you know, just delete off the face of the planet, and that works fine. But I mean, day by day, week by week, you never know what you're gonna get, really. So I'd say, I mean, keep an eyeball on it, and maybe 6 months down the line, we'll have something that, you know, we can fucking work with and be like, yeah, you know what, this game actually is pretty fucking cool. Or 6 months down the line, yeah, well, they fucking tried. They should have tried harder. It's the shits. But, wow. I mean, it's just been a roller coaster, and I mean, just by default. I mean, now that we've had access to the full release, I mean, look, it's me. I gotta say what bugs the fuck out of me. Where the fuck are the legacy features? Why the fuck is it even called a legacy feature? What, fucking server browsers? Fucking voice chat? The fucking scoreboard? We're limited to playing with 3 friends, though luckily they're bumping that up to 2 squads of 4, so you get to play with 7 other friends. So, I mean, when it comes to Battlefield, I mean, you know, it's a big fucking fuckfest, right? So, you know, I bring the viewers in. I don't care if they join. I don't like playing against them, but people like to fucking troll like that and limp charge me. You know who you are, you cunt. But and you can't even like remake a squad. It's so odd. Like, what was wrong with how fucking Battlefield 1 did it? What was wrong with that? I mean, you get a nice scoreboard. You can look at the squad. You can join other squads. I mean, if your squad is the shits, maybe you can see if there's a better squad available. Because, I mean, believe it or not, your boy Bruce does play alone from time to time. I know, shocking. I know, right? And sometimes the hand that you're dealt with by the matchmaking isn't that fucking good. So I don't really get the logic there. Oh, and before I forget, this will eternally steam my fucking beans. I mean, so with how the first 2 weeks of this game has gone, I mean, especially day one. Especially with day one, how awful that experience was. You go and look, you check out Portal, and what do you see? Ah, you see a personally curated playlist by some fucking content creator, good old Courage JD. And with just how much look, I think we can agree there is a lot wrong with this game. Now, as to how harsh we'll be, you know, that varies from person to person, but I mean, just with how this game has gone so far, I mean, they paid him to use his fucking name. I doubt he did it out of the kindness of his fucking heart, and I'm sure it was a healthy paycheck. I'd say it gotta be at least 5 figures to plaster Courage JD's name on that stupid fucking Portal playlist, and that was money that could have been spent, I don't know, given an employee or for a bonus. You know, for a job well fucking done, maybe. Or maybe they would have done a job well done if they had got paid a little more. I don't fucking know. God, I spent like 30 minutes just roasting the fucking guy. That night, oh, I was so fucking. I'm still livid about it. That is just. I don't know. Your game has lost at least 70% of the player base on Steam alone. I mean, I'd love to see the numbers on Origin and our console compatriots there. But I mean, if it's lost 70% on Steam, I can't imagine the numbers are too far behind on all the other platforms. I mean, look, the past 2 weeks have been the shits. And people are upset, and rightfully so. Now, if you've managed to have fun, I mean, that's great. But it's just, it's tough to look. Look, Battlefield has been a franchise that, you know, I haven't followed it completely for you know, the 20 years that it's been a franchise, but, you know, I have put my fair share of fucking hours. I mean, from 1942 and all 3 of the expansions, Road to Rome, Secret Weapons of World War II, or maybe it was only 2 expansions, I don't know. Battlefield Vietnam, didn't play Battlefield 2 or 2040 or 2142 with the fucking Tiberian Sun-looking mech walkers. Didn't play any of the. I played a little bit of Bad Company 2. Didn't play Bad Company 1, and played a little BF3. You know, it's Battlefield 4 and on. You know, I've been pretty active on the Battlefield games. And it's just, how does a game that, number one, didn't even look that great in 2042. Look, again, Battlefield 1 is one of my gold standard of games that look great, runs great, and plays pretty well. I mean, you look left, you zoom in, there's no frame drops. It's just beautiful. So, like, how does this happen? I mean, it seems to be a common trope that Battlefield's always classically, especially in the modern day anyway. Back then they released games that work. Oh shit! But they classically have an awful beta, the shaky release. It's Battlefield 4. I think I was one of the few people I didn't really have a problem getting into games. But, you know, it was a lot of, we couldn't even play this game. That's so long ago, I don't really remember. And I probably didn't even play that much of release BF4. But, it's a pretty standard DICE trope. Release sucks, beta's fucking buggy as hell. 6 months later, yeah, it's finally in a playable state. So, like, I don't get it. I mean, BF1 is such a phenomenal looking game. And, like, why did 2042 release in the state that it was? I don't get it. It baffles the mind. And I know it's like, apparently it's, I mean, the people who worked on, like, BF1 or BF5, like, most of that team is just fucking gone. Like, 84% of it, or whatever. And, like, the lead developer was a dude from Candy Crush. And it's like, even then, it's like, okay, so you're from Candy Crush. I mean, shouldn't the question be is like, alright, well, what do people like from the previous game since, you know, I'm walking into a brand new genre? Alright, let's go from there. Let's check out what the other games did before that people like. Apparently, that was never fucking asked. At all. Like, I don't know. I mean, Battlefield is not a new kid around the block. It is, I mean, I figure, I mean, it's got to be one of the longest-running FPS franchises at this point, right? Again, what the fuck? I guess moving on. But other things that bug me. I mean, you can't talk to the other team. I mean, it's why it's always been that way. Is it supposed to like reduce toxicity or a commitment to positivity? What is DICE attempting to take a play out of the Activision playbook or some shit, say they care about what goes on in in-game chat and not do absolutely nothing about about the trash that people say to each other? I mean, I don't know. I'd rather just see it. I mean, look, I've been around the block, man, and look, when I make someone on the enemy team angry, I want to fucking hear about it, no matter how fucking nice or rude or mean it is. Look, if someone wants to call me something nasty, I want to fucking know about it, because I know I've ruined his fucking night, and that makes me happy. What can I say? And I mean, you know, this is just me just being personally fucking, like, this would just warm the absolute cockles of my heart. Every game these rage mics, if there's one thing that I think everyone can agree upon, one of the best things about modern Call of Duty is the rage mic. I love it. That's one thing Battlefield has never had, is voice chat with the enemy. And I wish I could have recordings of, like, some of the things people have said to me in text chat, but voiced by them, so that I could make sound bites out of it. Oh, if I could have one thing for Christmas, rage mics in 2042, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. If I get 2042 rage mics, all is forgiven. I'll sing nothing but praises about the game from there on out. But yeah, it's just things that have just been standard in video games for like the past 2 decades are just gone in 2042. Oh, it's I guess so begins the slow and steady rollout of these legacy features. What a stupid fucking term. I hate it. I hate it. And then, alright, so moving on, specialists, a lot of people take issue with that. I mean, at base, I don't really care that much about the existence. I mean, specialist is just a fancy way of saying class, though I get, you know, people are a little upset that, like, you know, like the gadgets, like the Stingers and the M5s and the C5s, I mean, like, any specialist can use it, so I sort of get that, but I don't really, it doesn't bug me too much. But what does bug me is the stupid post-game screen and the pre-game screen. I mean, there's so much just time wasted looking at these stupid fucking specialist faces, their stupid smirks. You gotta listen to their stupid fucking quips. Angel does it again! Or it's I did make you guys proud, right? That's it. I'm ready for round 2. It's just, you see stupid garbage like that, and number one, this is to, like, try and, I don't know, give their characters personalities or whatever, so that they could sell skins. I'm sure, because again, look, Modern Warfare 2019 was a license to print money, and there's no way EA wasn't looking at this. Alright, how can we apply that to Battlefield? And I mean, here's the first steps of it. These stupid fucking specialists and their stupid fucking personalities. Again, so people got paid to record these lines that aren't clever, they aren't charming, they're not even funny, they're just annoying. I cannot stand it. I mean, and that is money that was wasted. That could have just been better spent, I don't know, fucking paying overtime to the people who are making the game, and maybe it wouldn't have been such a bug-ridden mess. It's the fucking worst. Oh, God. And you gotta listen to it every single game. Every single game at the end of every match. Like, again, I gotta keep going back to BF1, and look, BF1 was not a perfect game. There was a lot wrong with it. But I mean, in spite of a lot of the things that were wrong with it, it still managed to be fun. What was wrong with how BF1 did it? You know, you got fucking dudes who look like soldiers, you know, and then whatever they say in-game, you know, yeah, that sounds like something a soldier would say, and I don't know, you get a nice post-game screen, you know, about 30 seconds, that's fine. You get to look at the scoreboard, you get to see, you know, who was the best on your team in regards to, like, I don't know, resupplies or sniping or vehicles destroyed, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got your own personal stats, and then how you ranked in all the various stats among the whole server, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. I liked it. You know, information that, you know, I myself find, you know, interesting and valuable, and but instead, Angel does it again. Or whatever that fucking turret placing fucking asshole. Can't even understand that bearded fuck. Who is the Father Winter? I don't know, Boris or what? Of course his name is Boris, right? Pretty sure it's Boris. It's not Boris, yeah, well, it shows how much I fucking care, right? To learn. Oh, Jesus. Okay. What else do I need to rant about? Is that about it? I should have wrote down my talking points. I thought I could just spitball, but we're 21 minutes in, boys. 21 minutes in. The legacy features, the stupid specialist, the current JD. As far as Portal goes, I can't really comment on that too much, because, I don't know, I'm more interested in, at this point, in unlocking, like, stuff in the main game, and you're capped at how much, like, XP you get in the Portal mode, which is goofy to me. I don't really understand that. Now, I get, like, wanting to combat, you know, like, the shyster farming servers, which I do not think should be a thing, but, I mean, if you got, I don't know, you know, like, standard game settings, you know, the game plays, you know, with the, I don't know, the normal rule set, you know, 16v16, whatever. You know, damage is normal, health is normal, everything's fucking normal, right? Except, you know, it's a fan-made server. I think you should get XP and unlocks for that. I mean, what's wrong with that? So I'd say they gotta get that sorted out. Though for some reason, and I did this the other day, is, so you can play in a bot server, just you alone with 63 other bots. And you can progress your vehicles and attachments there that way. It took me about an hour and a half to max out the Wildcat, and somehow that's okay. But Portal, even if you know your server settings are, you know, normal competitive stuff, that's no good. Like what where's the logic there? I don't get that. A lot of things I don't fucking get. Oh yeah, I guess we could also talk about how the base game only has 2 main game modes in Conquest and Breakthrough and 6 maps. So this is one huge downside to not having a server browser, and I hope the server browser is something they bring back, is that when you're stuck with the matchmaking, even though we actually played a long time last night, about 7 hours. We only saw 3 of the 6 maps in 7 fucking hours. Actually, no, Manifest managed to pop out. All right, so we got a lot of Discarded, which I think Discarded is great. Discarded is bar none the best map in the game. It's open and shut. So we played a lot of Discarded. We played some Hourglass, which might be one of the worst maps I have ever fucking played. And we played a lot of Kaleidoscope, which is a whole lot of fucking nothing on that map. There's no... Kaleidoscope is the shits. And then Manifest managed to pop up twice in the last hour, which was nice to see, actually, believe it or not. It's an okay map. It could be pretty fun, especially on those B flags. We call it Hamburger Hill. That can be a good time up there. Real sloppy. But in 7 hours, didn't play a single match of Orbital, and didn't play a single match of Breakaway. Which I'm sure, I mean, no one is sad to never see Breakaway. But, I mean, this is the problem with just this automatic matchmaking. The lobby gets split up at the end of the match, and your game has 6 maps, and we only saw 4 of them. And the 4th one we only saw in the last hour? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on here? Oh, and by the way, while I'm on it, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention this. 128 players. What a fucking mistake. It's like, I mean, if the player base keeps going the way it is, they're gonna have to port over the PS4 maps, which I've been told are it's downscaled maps and are limited to 64 players, which honestly to me sounds fucking awesome. I mean, let's fucking face it. I feel like I think in their head when they were making this, he's like, yeah, 128 players sounds fucking cool. You know, the gamers, they'll bite into it. And it'll be great, you know, you'll have like 20 people over here, 20 people over here, over there, blah, blah, blah. There'll be like all these skirmishes going on in like 10 different places, right? Yeah, that sounds fucking cool, bro. But in actuality, what ends up happening is, yeah, there might be two fronts of battle going on at any given match, unless it is just a complete stomp, one-sided stomp. And so there'd be like one big main battle going, and then there's like a small battle going off somewhere else. So let's use Discarded for example. So pretty much how that map plays is all the action is condensed into the D sector, the C sector, and the B sector. There's rarely ever any action going on at the E flag and the A flag. It's all in the center of the map. That's probably why I like it so much, because at least the action is condensed. You don't have to spend too much time running to get from one point to another to, you know, get some kills or fucking die or whatever, right? But unfortunately with the other maps, it just doesn't translate as well as it does in Discarded. I mean, these maps are just too fucking big, and then when you do get to an area, there's just too many goddamn people. There is just way too many fucking people, and especially as like an infantry. Look, I am primarily an infantry player. Always have been, always will. And it's you could go on a tear and slaughter, you know, fucking 12 people in 15 seconds, right? Well, too bad for fucking you, man, because there's 10 more people on the way. And your squad fucking sucks. They never spawn on you. Oh, and then half the people you just killed are revived again. So, yeah, well, fuck, right? 128 players, it's a mistake, and of course, a byproduct of that many people is there has to be that many more vehicles. Now everyone gets to have a fucking hovercraft, and a bolt, and a fucking 8 choppers. I swear, there was actually a match last night that I had. Like, we got like 60% through, and I was like, I made the statement. I'm like, wow, we haven't really seen any choppers this match, huh? Yeah, guess what your boy spent the remaining 40% of the match doing? Fucking painting choppers and vertibirds with the soft lamp. And it's just non-stop. And there's one match that's the typical Battlefield scumbag, a career vehicle player. You'll never see him on the ground shooting infantry, getting his fucking boots dirty. Nope, he just sits in the spawn and waits for the next chopper to spawn. Well, yeah, that's, you know, you'll spend, 2 minutes fucking dealing with this fucking asshole. He eventually dies, and then a minute later he's back again in a different chopper. Oh, well, great to see he learned his lesson, huh? Now, 128 players, the shits. You could cut down these maps by like 70%, and then cut the player limit to 64. And I'd say, you know what, these maps might be pretty fucking good then. After that, and we did try to play the 2042 Rush Portal mode yesterday, but only one of us could spawn in. And here there's like no air vehicles in that, and that honestly sounds pretty fucking cool. But couldn't play it yesterday. Couldn't play Breakthrough either yesterday, too. It was just, he kept loading us into a server that wouldn't fill up or start or whatever was going wrong there. Not like we could check a scoreboard or anything to see how many fucking people were on each team or talk to anyone on the other side. Ugh. What a game. What a fucking game. But, all that being said, yesterday was was the most fun I've had playing 2042 since the beta. Update 3, it seems like they got their optimization in order a little bit. Performance was feeling good. Hit detection was feeling good. I mean, luckily got to play so much discarded. I mean, it's not necessarily a benefit there. I mean, it is, but bruh, your game has six maps. We only played 3 for 90% of the night. What the fuck? And it's like, man, before I was getting super... Last week I was getting super frustrated with this game because, like... I mean, look, I know... Especially the way that some of the newer generation of gamer aims these days. I can't do that. But, I mean, just... The frame rates were so bad. I mean, I got like a $3,000 PC, and the best I can do on 2042 is 70 FPS. That is, frankly, unacceptable. And then whenever I go into ADS and zoom in at people, the frames stutter even more. It's like I was thinking in my head, it's like, man, the more I play this game, the worse I'll get. Because like I've been playing Battlefield 1 for like the past 8 or 9 months, and again, that game runs like a dream. You point at someone, for the most part, you fucking hit them. It's great, as long as you don't use SLR. But I'm not here to talk about Battlefield 1. Or am I? No, I'm not here, no. It's just, going from BF1 to 2042 has just been jarring, and it's been super frustrating. But yesterday, for the first, I was like, wow, so this is what this game can be, huh? At least as far as the infantry is concerned, but... Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I mean, a 30-plus minute video here. So, I guess to summarize, if you're on the fence, I'd say you gotta hold off. I mean, who knows what I'll think of this game next week. The week after that, a month from now. I don't know. I mean, if yesterday's any indication, I'd like to think that the only way to go is up. But I mean, with how awful the release has been, and you know, just legacy features and specialists and paying content creators for their fucking name on crappy Portal playlists, I don't know. I'd say check back like every month and see where it's at. Or otherwise, I was telling people, look, save the $70, buy yourself some steak, buy yourself some beers. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, right? Steak and beer is the known, proven commodity and is known to rock your fucking socks, right? 2042, not the proven commodity. And you know what? We're going to end on that. So, thank you guys very much for watching / listening. I don't even know if I have 30-some minutes of gameplay to show you. I apologize if we go back to the thumbnail. Actually, I don't really fucking care. You get what you get, right? Alright, that's it. That's all I got for you. Have a good night, have a good morning, have a good evening. We out. Peace!